Yeah, so I want to officially welcome everyone to tonight's session. Tonight we are going to be talking about roles and responsibilities in project management. So we're going to try to understand how to understand roles, responsibilities. In a situation like this, we use a technique called RACI metrics to help us understand the roles and responsibilities in project management. It's very important that you as a project manager, you need to understand everybody's role very well so that by the time you're having a kickoff meeting, then you have to, you know, talk to everyone, try to help every team member understand their roles and responsibilities and address any questions they might have about their roles. Anything that is not clear to them, you have to address them. So because of that, you must know how to handle role management responsibilities. So with a tool called Recimetric, is very simple. We're going to try to understand how to use Recimetrics to define roles and responsibilities.
Mr. Charles, have you frozen?
Mr. Charles, we can't hear you again. I don't know if it's from our end or from your end.
I guess it's from his end.
Yeah, I think he's having network issues.
Yeah. Angela, maybe you should just chat him more privately to see what's wrong.
Sorry, I was on mute there. Yeah, let me send him a message.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry guys for the break in transmission. Had a little system glitch. So sorry. I need to troubleshoot my system after this meeting. Okay. We're talking about how to use RACI metrics to define roles and responsibilities. That's what we're talking about. I'm trying to share my screen when this happened. So, and so, just like I was saying, we need to understand what RACI means, because this is the key technique we are going to use to understand project roles and responsibilities. So, what is RACI? RACI metrics, also known as responsibility assignment metrics, is a tool or technique used in project management to define roles and responsibilities of various team members for each task or deliverable within a project. So this is what RACI stands for. RACI is an acronym for R here it stands for responsibility, A here stands for accountable, C here stands for consulted, and I stands for informed. So when you have identified your stakeholders, like what we did yesterday, we've identified our stakeholders and classified them. The next thing we need to do is to start requirement gathering to understand stakeholders' need. But before then, we need to have a meeting in order to understand the team that need to start this work, know what everybody is here to do. Like we'll have business analysts, project managers, and other team members, so that we won't have a clash of interest. People need to understand what they are doing. We don't want finger pointing. I thought it's your duty to do this. I thought it's not my duty, but you started doing it. I wanted to do it, but I see you are doing it already. We don't need this kind of cock and bull stories. And to avoid this kind of cock and bull stories in your project, you have to organize your project. You need to understand everybody's roles and responsibility. They need to be assigned, their roles and responsibilities need to be assigned to them. The easiest way to do that is just apply this tool. When we talk about responsible under these metrics, responsible is the person who performs the task. You are the one who actually doing it. Like business analyst is responsible for requirement gathering. Is your responsibility. Then you have accountable, the person ultimately answerable to the completion of the task. There should be typically only one accountable person per task. So, who is answerable? When this task is finished, who is going to supervise, who is going to monitor, who is going to control, who is in charge? Project manager. So, in requirement gathering, I'm using it as an example. Requirement gathering is a task in project management, but it's the responsibility of business analysts to do that. So in this situation, we are going to say responsible for that particular task is going to be business analyst, and accountable, who is accountable for this, project manager is accountable. It's only one person that should be accountable, not two people. You can't have two captains in a project. It's only one. Then we have consulted, someone whose input is valuable to completing a task successfully. There are some people you need to talk to understand their contribution, their input. Before you can complete a project which you are working on, there are key stakeholders we need to talk to. That is, we need to consult them to understand their need. If you do not consult such people, then you are not going to capture complete requirements. So we need to find those that need to be consulted to understand the inputs they need to make. Then inform. You have some people that need to be updated on everything that is going on. When you remember our project power and interest grid yesterday or last night, we talked about some people that need to be informed. So basically everybody in that team, every team member must be informed of what is going on in that project. Even if they are not the person doing the task, they are not responsible, they are not accountable, and you don't even need to consult them, they must know what is going on because they are part of that project. That project should be very much transparent, that everybody should know what is going on. Every document must be transparent. Every document must be stored in a place where everybody can access it. Every team member, as long as they are a part of that project, you should have access to all the project documents. That is part of being informed of everything. So someone who needs to be kept up to date on the progress of the task. Every team member, even the stakeholders, most of the stakeholders, more especially the project sponsor, is not going to be part of daily activities, but he must be informed of what is going on. And there is a way we do that. For you to keep him informed, if you go to project collaborative environment, onboard such people, bring them on board, they will see everything that is going on. They are just there to monitor what's going on, but they are not going to make any inputs. Even if you don't send the reports to them, they are getting information because they have access to all the project environments. Benefits. RACI metrics help us in clarity and transparency. Like I keep saying, that you need to be transparent. You need to be clear. Documents in project does not belong to you. And I've worked in a project where the business analyst tries to hide documents. It doesn't allow other team members to access that document. He believes maybe it's only for the eyes of him and the project manager or senior project manager or senior business analyst. But it's wrong. You should not hide. You can't even password any document. Even if there's a document that needs to be passworded for security purposes, then every team member must have the password. Clarity. RACI metrics clearly define roles and responsibilities, reducing confusion and finger pointing. When everybody have a copy of RACI metrics, you know what is there for you. You don't need anybody to remind you. Improved accountability. By assigning clear accountability, the RACI metrics ensures ownership and completion of tasks. Enhance communication. The RACI metrics foster communication by identifying who need to be involved at each stage of a task. Effective resource allocation. By understanding who is responsible and consulted for tasks, resources can be allocated efficiently. How do we create these popular RACI metrics? Want to create a RACI matrix, you can use your pen and paper to create it. You can use a Excel document to create it. You can equally use a Word document to create it. To list all the tasks or deliverable across the top row. Then list all project team members down the first column. And assign RACI code R, A, C, or I for each of the team members in relation to their tasks. Okay. Saying it like this, you might be confused, but let's see a live RACI matrix so you can see how it works. This is a RACI matrix. So this is it. RACI matrix, this is how it looks like. This RACI matrix is this is a template. Anybody can use it. So you see the way it is. If you remember our work breakdown structure, so if we are asked to create a RACI matrix, for instance, all this will be empty. And if you come over here, you say this is activities and deliverables. Under activities and deliverables, you come down and add activities and deliverable here. So if you come, if I want to add more stuff, I can just add more stuff. So point I'm making here is that you see that these are blanks. They are blanks. I can equally decide to delete all these and start from the beginning, but it's already here. I've created all these. These are all the tasks we have in this project, and we don't know who is going to work on any of them. All of them here, see them. You guys have seen, I've shared a document called Work Breakdown Structure Document. Have I? You remember the work breakdown structure template I shared with you guys from the beginning?
Yeah.
You remember that document? How many of you remember, or have you just forgotten about what we did few days ago? Do you remember that document?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That is our go-to document. You make sure that you keep it handy because it's going to be very useful. You are going to be doing a lot of things from that document. It's going to be guiding you. So that is where we capture all these.
We can't see your screen anymore.
You can't see my screen.
Anymore. Yeah.
You can see, just log off and log in again. You can see the
I
screen.
think it's your network, so can see.
So how many of you cannot see? It's only I don't think my screen.
back
My
on.
screen should be.
You can see it probably from the person's network. You can see it clearly.
Okay. So this is it. If you go, how I come about all these tasks and activities. Activities, you can call them tasks, whichever way, tasks or activities or deliverables is it. So we already know about project brief. We've already know about stakeholders and identifying stakeholders and their expectation. That's what we did yesterday. And today we are handling roles and responsibilities. And we have a work breakdown structure. We have a assemble project team. We have identify scope of work. We have a select project approach, facilitate initial requirement gathering. Yeah. So if you want to define, you have to first, let's look at who are here. We have project manager here. These are roles. We have, if you want, you can use names or you can use like say roles or person, but it's better, it's more professional to use their roles. So we have project manager, we have business analyst, we have developer, we have tester, we have subject matter expert. Can equally add as so many other people you want. If you want, you can equally add project sponsor. All the stakeholders you feel that are, or team members you feel that are necessary, more especially team members, not stakeholders. I think the only stakeholder that should be very necessary to add here is the sponsor, so that the sponsor should be able to know what is happening. So now we have the roles here and we have responsibilities here. This matrix is matching roles and responsibilities. That's what you do. It helps you to match roles and responsibilities. And we are going to use these keywords here. We have responsible, we have accountable, we have consulted, we have informed, we have responsible and accountable, we have consulted and informed, and then support. So this particular support was added because over time is not as generally accepted. It's just a contention issue. Some people believe that there should be some people that are just there to support the project and they are not responsible for any task here, and they are not accountable for any task here, but they are here to support. They are not team members. They are not supposed to take any of these tasks, but they should be part of this project. Some of these people, we can call them project support officers, or they can come from, I call them project management office managers, PMOs. These are support. They are providing support. They are not meant to handle any task here, but they should be captured. So because of that, some school of thought say that support should be added to RACI, which is not globally adopted. It's not globally adopted. So RACI remains RACI. If you want, you can add support. If you don't want, you can remove it. So that's clear. So if you come here, then let's do a few things here, and I'll be asking questions and you'll be answering me. Okay. Under this role, we have receive or create this project brief. Under project brief, let's say who is project manager. What is the role of project manager in creating project brief? Is he responsible for that? Is he accountable for that? Is he to be consulted for that? Is he to be informed about it? Is he to be responsible and accountable? That is R and A. Is he to be consulted and informed? Or is he the support officer here? So answer me. Yeah, please, if your children are going to be making noise, put yourself on mute. If you can't control them. I have children as well, you know, and you've never seen them in my class. So once you are coming here, I love children, but I don't like them coming here to be shouting because they are disturbing others. If I open here, I'll have all my fortune, they will barge into my office. You are not going to like it. Okay, who is going to be doing this? Who is going to, what are we assigning here? Huh?
Responsible and accountable.
Responsible and accountable.
Okay. Yeah, so what about business analyst?
Responsible.
Only.
Please, if you have a baby that is disturbing us, don't join. Put yourself on mute. I'm serious about it before I remove you. Business analyst. Yeah, business analyst.
Responsible.
Responsible.
Is responsible for creating a project brief.
Identify the business needs.
Yeah, business analyst is not responsible. Like if you look at our note here, I see if there is no project manager, you know. So, but if there is business analyst, project manager should equally consult business analysts while creating a project brief. And the business analyst should equally be informed about it. So I say they should be consulted and they should be informed as well. Not responsible. And developers, who have developers, they are not responsible, they are not accountable, they are not there, they need to be informed. And, every other person here needs to be informed. So identifying stakeholders and their responsibility, you see here, this person is supposed to be responsible and accountable, and business analyst, because business analysts need to work with stakeholders a lot. So a business analyst is responsible for identifying his own stakeholders he needs to work with to interview. So the stakeholder project managers might be, the way project manager relates with stakeholders is going to be different. The way business analyst is going to be working with stakeholders. So if you are going to use stakeholder stakeholder analysis. Project manager stakeholder analysis as a business analyst, it might lead you astray. So you need to have your own stakeholder analysis because of the people you work and the way you work. So we will say they are responsible as well for creating stakeholder analysis documents, and every other person here needs to be informed about these documents, yeah, because they are project team members, they should have access. So defining rules and responsibility, who should do this job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Project manager.
Is the project
Okay.
manager?
Project manager
So what is
responsible.
So project manager and then business analyst, every other person be informed. Yeah, so every other person should be informed and informed. And then creating a work breakdown structure.
Responsible and accountable.
So it means the project manager is accountable for all the responsibility. Every is accountable for all the tasks here. Is accountable. I hope we understand what accountability means. And then work breakdown structure. Everybody should rely on the work breakdown structure the project manager brings forward. Yes, so every other person should be informed of what is going on this project. So if you look at if you have this template I give to you, if you go to that template, you see where I assign ownership. With that ownership, you should be able to see who owns each task, and whoever owns the task is responsible. So this equally should be this man, assemble team, project team is their duty because you are the team leader. Nobody does that for you, and every other person should be informed of what is going on, should inform, and this person not consulted, just informed, and then identify scope of work. Here you are supposed to identify the scope. You need to consult. This guy needs to be consulted because he's very his input, because you need to understand the scope requirement gathering. So you need to make an input here. And developers, they are all need to, at this point, developers, they are not, if we have them, in so many cases, we might not have them at this point. So, but because they appear here, they are team members already, they must be informed of everything that is going on. And this is the duty of the project manager to decide the methodology. Yeah. And every other person needs to inform the methodology we are going to use for the project. So with this, everybody is now having an idea of what needs to be done. And here, so what happens here? What happened here?
Accountable.
Consulted and informed. The Project manager is consulted and informed. CI.
Any more inputs? Okay. To facilitate requirement gathering is the duty of a business analyst, but like I said, project manager is accountable for everything that is going on. So here is accountability, is accountable. And this guy is responsible. So he's responsible for this. And every other person needs to be informed. So, yeah. And that's it. And this guy again, equally accountable, is not a duty of the project manager. This is the duty of business analyst. So, and every other person needs to be informed as well. So, when we get to implementation, we see developers will be taking most of the things will belong to the developers. You know, under here as well, you see just see responsible. So BA does a lot of things in the projects, and informed and validates requirements. Here is accountable BAs. You need to validate it from either the project sponsor or the senior business analyst. If you have a senior business analyst you work with, so all these are responsible of business analysts. So the point here is we can see how easy or very convenient for us to use RACI metrics, solutions evaluation, and you see responsible and informed and informed and informed, and cost benefit analysis, accountable, business analysis, responsible. So business analyst does a lot of things. Every other person is just informed and informed. Business case, accountable, responsible, informed, and project charter, and this guy is consulted and informed, and every other person here, and I can say like the subject matter expert here can equally be consulted, you know, can equally be consulted and informed. Subject matter expert, that they have expert knowledge. You can consult them and inform them. Yeah. So you see, you're looking at here, you see that business analyst is very important person, does a lot. But project manager here, you just see accountable is monitoring, controlling, making sure that this is done. You are not the person doing it, but you are going to check, have you done it? Yeah, good. Make sure that it meets the standard, making sure that everybody is doing their work. We don't have delay. If it's meant to be submitted today, you keep on checking on them. Have you done it? Have you submitted your work? Yeah, you keep following. That's how you're monitoring every team member. You've not done your work, you'll be checking your watch for them, clock. So that is how to use a RACI matrix. So, and here you see all the activities here. You can use RACI matrix to capture all of them. So I'm not gonna do everything so that by the time we need to work on your project, you have to crack your brain and do some work. So that's it. This template is free of charge. You cannot, if you're going to difficult to see this, at times you have to pay to get this or this template, but all of them have is free of charge because I'm a good guy. Yeah, that's what you get from me, so that you can start building your own library. You know, well, once you finish here as a project manager, as a business analyst, you must have a good portfolio to showcase. And if you are going anywhere, you should be able to tell them what you can bring to the table and help them to create the RACI matrix. If they don't have one, you can teach them how to do it, things like that. Teach them how to create a stakeholder analysis document, teach them how to create a project brief, teach them how to create a work breakdown structure. Yeah, this is what we call work. So for some of us, all these things we are doing masters, let me tell you, they are just deceiving us, because all the people doing their masters, and most of us doing their masters in project management, even in this country, they don't teach them all this. They'll be teaching you theories. At the end of the day, 1 year, 2 years will pass, you just pass away. You do not learn anything. Yeah. But this is what you need right from the first day you start work as a project manager. You need to understand the project brief and their stakeholders, and you hit the ground running, identifying roles and responsibilities, what needs to be done, and yeah. So that's it for this RACI metrics. So every one of us should be able to know how to create a RACI metrics. So best practice, while creating RACI metrics, try to involve key stakeholders in developing the RACI metrics, so that everybody will agree what is required, what is the rules. Everybody should concur with the works breakdown structure you are going to use, and everybody should agree on what every team member is going to do. So by the time you are assembling your team, then it's going to be easy for you. And that's why key stakeholder here is business analysts. These are what when we say consulted, to involve them. So means you have to consult them, some key stakeholders, while developing a resume. Somebody like a business analyst is not the person, it's not his responsibility for developing this document. Yeah, but he has expert knowledge. So while doing this, involving him is going to be very vital. Ensure RACI metrics is clear, concise, and easy to understand. If the purpose of RACI metrics is to make things easier, it help you to decompose everything, all the complex aspect of the rules that will bring fight. You make sure that you simplify it and make it easy for everyone to understand. If you create a asymmetry, even a child in primary school should be able to use a asymmetry to understand what needs to be done. You can use a asymmetry even at home. If you have your children at home, you can use it to create who does what and who does. It should be very easy to, not only in project like this, yeah. So for you to know that is extremely important. For instance, here, let's looking at these asymmetries, and you are in a home. Every time everybody is who is duty to sweep the living room or clean or dust the TV or this and that. You can use the asymmetries. Today is this whose duty to watch the plate, who is duty to cook, who is duty to do shopping. Name all every household team member, everybody in the household. You can come here and name all their names, put all their names here, and then all the chores in the house, you put it here. And with that, you can say Nkechi is responsible for washing the plate. Mike is responsible for washing the car. Jane is responsible for mopping the living room. So now, and okay, we say accountable. Mom is accountable, making sure everybody does their role. So mom now can become the project manager. With this, you see how you can use this, and after this, you can just go and paste it somewhere in the house or in the kitchen or one strategic place where everybody can see it. So with this, finger pointing in the house is gone. You see asymmetries, we have used it to assign responsibilities in the house for all the children, and everybody is clear. Everybody knows what to do and know what to do. It's not only for project, it's a very vital tool to simplify rules and responsibility. Who is doing this and who is not. It's not only, you can use it even in the classroom. If you are a teacher, you can use it to assign what every team members in the class or things like that. You can use it anywhere, not only in project management. Anywhere we have chores, rules, even in the office, you can use it anywhere. So we are adopting it here because it's going to help us in our project. It doesn't mean that it's only in project management. It's a tool that we use to assign roles and responsibility, not only in project management, but in everywhere we have tasks and responsibilities. So, that's it. So RACI metrics is very, very important. Once done, review and update metrics as the project progresses. So you continue to review it. It's not done when you create, because you might be having more responsibilities added. Once you have more responsibilities added to the project, or you have extra rules being added to the project, then you need to update the RACI metrics so that it will reflect everything that is going on in the project. So RACI metrics is a simple, I say very simple, but yet powerful tool that can simplify, significantly improve project management. So it's not only project management, it's anywhere we have roles and responsibility. We know that it's not only in project we have, just like I said. Yeah, so this is it. It's just a screenshot, and we'll see the live aspect of it. So that's it for tonight. But if you are still have any confusing or anything is still vague to you, you are free to ask your question. So once you understand roles and responsibilities, the purpose is to reduce conflict. Once you have this, is number one key tool in conflict resolution in projects, because you see pointing finger. When things goes wrong, everybody will start pointing fingers. At home, who does this? Is this? Why didn't this done? Well, it's not me, because nobody knows. There's no clear rules and responsibility. You just come out in your house and you see the whole sink is the plate every place. Why haven't we washed the plates today? Well, not me, it's not my turn, Everybody will deny it's not my turn, because there's no clear assignment, no accountability, no definition of. But once it's placed, you don't need to say what. What you just come and say, I know it's your duty to wash plates. Why is this place messy? You already know whom you're asking. Why have we not eaten today? By this time, it's almost 3 p.m. There is no food. So, does it mean we're not eating today? And everybody knows. If we know whose responsibility for preparing the lunch, then if you know another person is responsible for preparing breakfast and another person's responsibility for preparing dinner, everybody knows their rules and responsibilities. Yeah, so thank you for joining and watching, and I can see we don't have any question, so this one is extremely clear to everybody. So
Yes, I thought so clear.
so I want to see how many of us are going to adopt racing metrics in our home. So if you adopt it, use it to create work in yours, you can let us know and share, so we see how evolving we're using racing metrics. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate your joining, and I'm going to see you here.
Thank you, sir.
Next
Thank
time,
Thank you, sir.
this week.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Yeah, good night.
Good night, sir. Thank you, sir. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.